If you've ever wondered what I look like before I start my live streams, well, now you know. Did you see a few moments ago? I was looking slightly off guard. Oh, I like that phrase. Straight away we have a very lovely phrase, off guard. If you catch a person off guard, it means you catch them by surprise. They were not expecting to see you, or maybe you saw a person in their natural state, which is what you did at the start of today's live stream. Yes, we are back together again. Very nice to be here with you. This is English Addict once more, coming to you live from the birthplace of the English language, which just happens to be England. We're back. Oh, hello there. Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you are feeling very happy today. I'm happy to be with you on this lovely, glorious day. The sun is out. Everything is looking rather nice, in fact, outside the window. I can't believe it, to be honest. It's lovely. It's a lovely day. In fact, the day is so nice. The weather is so lovely. I have decided to open my window. The window is now open, letting some of that lovely, crisp, autumnal air into the room. Here we are. Yes, I'm back with my special month of live streams to celebrate my 15 years on YouTube. A lot of people asking, why do you have number 15 on your head? 15 years this month, celebrating anniversary, my 15th of here doing this YouTube on. Just rearrange those words and you will come up with a very nice sentence. Here we go. Yes, my name is Duncan. I talk about the English language. You might say that I am one of those English addicts. A lot of people also say that I am one of those, but that's a different story altogether. Mr. Duncan is my name. Talking about English is my game, and I have a feeling you are a fan of English as well. We are here all together again. Don't forget, I am with you. For those who still don't realise, you can catch me live during October from Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday is when I am with you. And the time is always the same. 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm here with you. We have made it all the way to Friday. I think that might be the reason why I am in such a good mood today, because we are at the end of the week. There are many people feeling excited at the moment because they know that the weekend is just around the corner. Yes, it is Friday. It is Friday. How has your Friday been so far? Has it been good? I really, really hope so. And we are here together again. All I can say is I hope today we don't have a power cut. 2:20 yesterday, I was busy talking to you all, and then suddenly the electricity went off and I was cut off. I was starting to think maybe YouTube was sabotaging my live stream. If you sabotage something, it means you damage something to stop it from working. Quite often people will sabotage machinery to prevent it from working. In fact, I believe that is how the word sabotage came about. I think it does. And yes, of course, we have the live chat as well. It would not be the live stream without the live chat. Very nice to see you here again. Yes, we are live. And do you like my tie? This is my lovely, bright, colourful tie. I couldn't resist wearing something bright today. Isn't that nice? And this particular tie is very old. I bought this tie in, I think it must have been maybe 1989 or maybe even 1988. But I did buy this a very long time ago. It was the late 1980s that I bought this tie. So I've had it for many years and I couldn't resist wearing it today. And the reason why I'm wearing this tie is because I want to make an impression. I want to leave an impression. So perhaps today, after my live stream finishes, you will remember this particular live stream because of this tie. And quite often in life, something we quite often try to do is make an impression or leave an impression. You become something that can't be forgotten. In various situations, this can happen. Of course, it is possible to leave a bad impression as well. Maybe if you do something wrong or something bad, maybe you say the wrong thing, maybe you do something you should not have done at all. But you can still be remembered for doing that. In fact, I have my own theory. This is not fact. There are no scientists talking about this, but I believe that it is easier to remember someone who has done something bad than it is to remember someone who has done something good. I think it is easier to think of 5 people straight away. Think of 5 people straight away in your mind who have done things bad. Evil people, wicked people. And I think it is much easier to come up with that list in your mind than it is to come up with people who do good things. I don't know why. Bad impressions last longer, and I think also they go much deeper as well. Perhaps this is the reason why a lot of people are traumatized or disturbed later in life by things that have upset them. So that's just my theory. I think it is easier to remember bad things or bad people, the impressions that have been left in your mind by people who have done bad things, than it is to remember people who have done good things. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Or do you think, Mr. Duncan, you are talking out of your a-hole? Hello to the live chat. Nice to see you all here today. I wonder who was first. I wonder. That's what I'm doing now. I'm wondering. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Mariutes, guess what? You are first on today's live chat. Congratulations to you, Mariutes. I hope I pronounced your name right. Very good. Mariutes, you are first on today's live chat. In second place, we have Shirin. Hello, Shirin. You are second today. We also have Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice. Nice to see you back again. I hope your electricity is working. I have a feeling it is because you are here. How strange. You and I had the same problem yesterday. You lost your electricity, I think for 10 hours, you said, and I lost my electricity yesterday for 10 seconds. But both of those situations caused the same amount of chaos, I think, because suddenly my live stream stopped and everyone was saying, Mr. Duncan, you have frozen. Like then. Hello also. Oh, we have Vitas. Sorry, Vitas. You are not first today. I think you have been wearing your finger to the bone with all of that clicking. I think so. Also, we have Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis Mendez. Nice to see you here on the live chat. It's great to see you here, by the way, because it is Friday, the end of the week, and the weekend is just around the corner. Of course, I will not be with you tomorrow. I have to have at least one day free so I can rest my brain. Or should I say, my brain cell. I only have one brain cell inside here, you see, and I have to rest it on Saturday. I have to take it out and give it a little clean. I have to run it under the hot water tap for a few moments, and then I just pop it back in and everything's okay. But of course, I will be back with you on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. I hope you will join me then. So today we are talking about leaving impressions, making an impression on someone, leaving an impression. Nice to see you all here today. Hello to, can I say hello to Mayori, also Serena, and we have Mika. Hello, Mika. Nice to see you here again, watching in Japan. A big hello. It's a good way to remember something because your Thai will help me to remember this lesson. Yes, you will remember this lesson because this was the lesson, this was the live stream when I wore my very bright pink and blue tie. So you will remember it. And that's what we call making an impression or leaving an impression. Yes, I think Vitas, your finger is having a rest today. I think so. Thank you, Christina, for commenting on Vitas and his finger. Hello also, Sandra. Sandra Gonzalez is here. Ricardo says, we tend to remember the shocking stuff, things that shock us, either good things or bad things. Yes, something that makes an impression can be something really good or really bad. I suppose when moments of time occur, when something bad happens, you might remember where you were or what you were doing at that time. Yes, I think you are right. Hello also, Beatrice. Yes, Mr. Duncan, my electricity is now working 100%. Good. I just hope mine is doing the same thing. I do. Hello, Kunta. Hello. I'm just looking at your name, by the way, and I've just realised what you've done. I'm going to be very careful there saying your name. Dedicated teacher, I always share your streams in Algeria. Thank you very much for that. Very nice of you. Hello, Eva. It's lovely. I want to visit Lithuania. I've never been to Lithuania. However, my watch, this particular watch that I'm wearing, was made in Lithuania. Can you believe it? I am from Athens, says Eva, but I work in a primary school in a small coastal town. Very nice to see you here, and a big hello to Athens as well. I have a friend, by the way, who is crazy about Greece. He is absolutely crazy about Greece. He loves Greece. He loves the Greek people, the Greek food, the Greek language, the Greek alcohol. A little bit of ouzo. Yes. A little glass of ouzo before you go to bed. Very nice. My friend Sean is crazy about Greece. He goes there normally around 3 times a year to visit. So he loves Greece a lot. I've been to Greece as well a couple of times. I remember way back in the early 1990s, I actually visited Greece twice. I went to the beautiful island of Corfu, which happens to be in the news at the moment because they've had a lot of heavy rain, which has caused flooding across the island. So in case you are watching at the moment in Corfu, hello to you, and I hope you are keeping dry. Hello also, Laura says hello to everyone. Hello Laura, nice to see you here today as well. Can I say a big thank you to one of my lovely viewers? It's time to say thank you because I've received a lovely donation after yesterday's live stream. Thank you very much to Magdalena Proxova for your kind donation on PayPal that I received yesterday at the very end of my live stream. So thank you very much. That is very kind of you to send my PayPal account some donations, some money to allow this to continue, because don't forget, I do this for free. 15 years I've done this free of charge, 100% gratis, as we say. So thank you, Magdalena, for your kind donation. And you can see at the bottom, you can also see the address if you want to send a donation, small or large. If you've recently won the lottery, maybe you are now a multimillionaire. This weekend, in this country, we have a lottery result taking place at the end of this week. I think it's tomorrow. And one person is going to win, I think it's £160 million. £160 million. So can I just ask now, if you are one of those people who wins the lottery this weekend, you can send a donation to me. Don't worry, just, you know, not much, just $500,000, that will do, no problem. Thank you, Magdalena, once again for your lovely donation. I do appreciate it. And all of the money that you donate, by the way, goes into this. It doesn't go into anything for me personally, but it does go into running this crazy thing that I'm surrounded by right now. So thank you very much once again. Today we're talking about impressions. When we think of impressions, we often think of two things. We think of some sort of mark. Some sort of mark that you can see or sense. So an impression, generally speaking, is something that you remember for a long time afterwards. So it leaves an impression. Something makes an impression. It stays up here in the mind. I should come to where you are. Yes, well, I should. I know I should. I would love to travel more, but unfortunately at the moment there are so many restrictions stopping us from travelling around the world. I think so. Impressions that are left. Well, I'm going to show you now something very unusual that you've probably never seen before. Here is an impression left yesterday on one of the windows in my house. Can you see this? Can you recognize the shape of that impression? So yesterday afternoon, just after I finished my live stream, I heard a loud bang on the window at the back of the house. And that's what I found. It is an impression left by a pigeon. which sadly flew into my window. However, the good news is that the pigeon did survive. It flew off happy and safe. But if you look closely, you can see the shape of the bird has been left behind. Because the feathers on, well, most birds normally have some sort of dust or some sort of coating from flying around. So when a bird flies into your window, quite often it will leave some sort of mark or impression. And that's what we're talking about today. So I think that's quite an unusual thing. You can even see the head of the pigeon as well. So that is a perfect impression left by a pigeon that flew into my window yesterday. Fortunately, the pigeon did survive. It is all right. It did not die. To make an impression. So that's what we're going to look at now. Some words and phrases connected to making an impression. If you make an impression, then quite often we might describe this as leaving an impression. You leave an impression. And this can be something physical, like the pigeon, or something that lingers or stays in your mind. So if you leave an impression, it can be something physical that you can see, or something that you remember, something that stays in your mind because it was so unusual, extraordinary, amazingly good, or incredibly bad. So there are many ways of leaving an impression. Maybe a person leaves an impression on you for a certain reason. Maybe good or bad, I'm not sure. You can, of course, impress someone. You can impress a person. Maybe you do something unusual. Maybe you do something outstanding. Maybe you are incredibly good at something. Or perhaps you do something in an unusual way or a strange way. So if you do something that stays in the memory, a person can remember clearly, then perhaps you have impressed someone. We often use this particular phrase in a positive way. You impress a person. You make them remember the thing you've done because it's incredible. That maybe they are blown away. Maybe they can't believe what you've done. They are impressed. Perhaps you do very well at work. Maybe your boss calls you into the office and says, Hello, Mr. Duncan, I would like to have a word with you in the office. And I think, oh no, what have I done now? I've done something wrong. I've done something bad. Maybe the boss is about to fire me. And he comes in, he says, Mr. Duncan, can I just say, I am very impressed by your work over the past couple of weeks. You've been working very hard and putting so much time and effort into your work. Can I just say I am impressed? And then I ask, can I have a pay rise? To which the boss replies, no, but keep up the good work. Nice. If you make an impression, you stand out. Oh, you stand out. People can see you clearly because you stand out. You do something that makes you appear different from everyone else. You stand out. I like that one. To stand out. So imagine maybe a line of people all wearing the same clothes. But one of those people is actually not wearing the same clothing. They are wearing something completely different. You would say that that person stands out. They stand out from everyone else. You can see them clearly, but all the other people look the same. They are wearing the same clothes. Here's another one. To be distinctive. To be distinctive. I like that. Very similar to standing out. If you stand out, you are being distinctive. Something that can be clearly seen is distinctive. Something that leaves an impression. Something that you can remember clearly in your mind. You can see it. It leaves an impression. It is distinctive. Certain animals, especially birds, certain birds can be very distinctive with their feathers, the colour or the shape. So to be distinctive means to stand out, something that you can clearly see or remember very well. Here's another one. Not everyone wants to do this next thing. Be noticed. This is an interesting one because quite often, I think we all do it. I think all of us want to leave some sort of impression on another person. However, many of us do not want to be noticed. Maybe we feel a little self-conscious. Perhaps if you feel that other people are watching you, you might feel uncomfortable. And as I said, self-conscious. You are nervous about people seeing you. So to be noticed, it's not always a good thing. Some people don't want to be noticed. They want to hide away in their life. But maybe deep down, they still want to be remembered. I think we all want to be remembered. And I think that's one of the reasons why we like to do things that are impressive, that leave a little flicker of memory in other people's minds. To be noticed, to make an impression. Maybe you are a person who wants to perform on stage. Maybe you are in a group of other people performing on stage. But perhaps the thing you are doing is a little better than everyone else. You will be noticed. You make an impression. You leave an impression on other people. No. You can also leave a mark. Yes. So this is another one that can be figurative or real. So you can leave a mark on something. Maybe you scratch your lovely new table. You leave a mark. But also you can leave a mark on a person in their mind or in their memory. They remember you clearly forever and ever and ever. Very nice. Hello to English Target. Nice to see you here today. We are talking about making an impression. Maybe you leave your mark. You make a mark, or you leave a mark, or you leave your mark. So after the event, after the thing has finished, after you've gone, people still remember the thing you did. And we can say that you leave your mark. Some people leave their mark on history. There are people who lived 100 years ago, 150 years ago, 2,000 years ago, who left their mark on the world. So you can leave your mark on history. You can leave your mark in a very small way, in a certain place. So it is possible to do that. You can stand out from the crowd. I like that one. I like that phrase. To stand out from the crowd, to do something in an unusual way, which is strange, odd, but you stand out from the crowd. There is a man a young guy on YouTube. And I suppose if you want to be successful on YouTube, I think it is fair to say that you have to stand out from the crowd. There are so many people now on YouTube making videos, doing things, and it's much harder to be noticed. It's much harder to leave your mark on this site. So sometimes you have to do things in a more extreme way. You have to do things slightly more extreme to be noticed. And there is one guy who is often talked about on the internet. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's a guy who sits in front of the camera and all he does is put loads of food in his mouth. That's all he does. That's his video. Sometimes he shouts and screams and cries as well. However, he really does stand out from the crowd. And lots of people watch his videos. Every time he produces or posts a new video, it always gets hundreds of thousands of views because he does something different. He stands out from the crowd. So I think everyone can do this, but sometimes you might have to go to extreme measures. You might have to do things extreme to be noticed. And sometimes, of course, dangerous. There are people here on YouTube who do dangerous things. They do stunts. They jump out of their bedroom window or off the roof. Please don't try that. Don't try that. Do something else. Sing a nice song. Play the piano well. Show your cat. Just lift your cat up to the camera and say, "This is my little cat." Meow, meow. And that's it. But yes, there is a young man on YouTube who has literally become overweight because of YouTube. So every day he puts lots of food in his mouth and he's actually got fat because of it. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. So it is good to stand out from the crowd, but I think sometimes you have to be careful how you do it. Maybe you shouldn't do it in a way that will cause harm to you or something that might be bad for your health. Maybe. Hello to Microvax. I used to own a Microvax. It was very small, a very small vacuum cleaner. It was designed for cleaning dolls' houses. Don't ask me why. Thank you, Microvax. Nice to see you here as well. Paolo. Hello, Paolo Corrado. Nice to see you here today. We are talking about making an impression. You might even mark your stamp or make your stamp. And that means to leave an impression. Maybe you make changes to something. So a good example is moving into a house. Maybe the house was owned by someone else, but you want to put your own stamp. You want to mark your stamp on that house. So you will make changes to the house. Maybe you will change the colour of the walls. Maybe you will make some changes to the appearance of the house outside. So you mark your stamp, you make your stamp, or you put your stamp on something. That means you are making changes that are suitable for you. And then, of course, the house will look more personal. So if you personalize something, if you personalize your house, we can say that you mark your stamp or you put your stamp on the house. You are making the house your own. A person might be unforgettable. That's what you are. You might be unforgettable, a person who can't be forgotten. You meet someone who really does stand out from the crowd. They leave an impression. We can describe them as being unforgettable. I've met people in my life who are unforgettable. I've seen people perform unforgettable performances. Maybe a person sings in the most amazing way. "Oh, that was amazing. I love that show." It's unforgettable. I will never forget that. And the way to make an impression on other people is to be unforgettable. Stand out from the crowd. Be different. Sometimes it's a good thing. In fact, quite often it is a good thing. Especially if you want to get noticed. If you want to be unforgettable to other people. Here's another one. Be fearless. Ooh, very interesting. Now, I found, especially in the world of entertainment and show business, quite often people who have the most courage are the ones who push themselves more to other people. So sometimes you have to be fearless if you want to be successful, for example. Maybe you want to be an actor or a singer or a performer. Well, of course, you have to have a lot of courage to do that. You have to be fearless. And maybe sometimes you have to push yourself in a different way. You have to put yourself forward in a very different way to stand out from the crowd, to appear different from everyone else. So being fearless can be a very good way of pushing yourself or putting yourself forward and making an impression on others. Finally, we have get your face known. This, believe it or not, is the most amazing thing you have. You can have everything else, but this is the thing. This round blob on your neck is the thing that is the most personal part of your body that can be seen. Of course, there are other parts of your body that are distinctive, but we won't go into that at the moment. But your face, get your face known. If you appear in many places, if you pop up in lots of places, people will recognize who you are. They will know you. That's why we have famous people. Famous people are just people whose face is well known. So to get your face known, to make an impression, to leave an impression on others, especially if you want to be well known, if you want to be famous, if you want to be successful, sometimes you have to put this all over the place to get known. I think the pressure is much harder these days because of YouTube image. So a person's image is something that's become more and more important these days. You only have to look at social media to work out how much that happens. If you go to Instagram, you will see lots of people showing their face, showing their image, showing other parts of their body as well. They want to get their face, their face and other parts of their body well known. So that's how you make an impression. There are many ways of expressing impression, and I hope you enjoyed them. And maybe there is someone in your life, maybe there is someone you know who has made an impression on you. Is there someone? We often think of parents. I think your parents make an impression because you spend a lot of your life with them, your childhood. You grow up with your parents. So I would say the biggest impression on most of our lives are our parents. I think it would be fair to say. Asketchum is here. I have been working hard lately so I couldn't attend classes, Mr. Duncan. That is all right. Don't worry. I know you have other things in your life. All of you. You are leading your lives, doing your things, just like I am. So I do understand. Don't worry. But of course, you can watch all of my live streams later on as well. So making an impression. Is there someone in your life who has made an impression on you? Is there a person in your life who has made an impression on you? Please let me know before I go. Alessandra is here. Oh, we also have Siori. Hello, Siori Carmona. Nice to see you back as well. Viet An Nguyen. I believe you are watching at the moment in Vietnam, are you? So is there a person who has left or made an impression on you? Can you please let me know on the live chat before I go? Or in the comments below this video. Palmyra says, the person who left an impression on my life was my late sister. It is strange when you think about people who are no longer with you. And I always find this very strange. I used to work with a lovely lady. I used to work with a woman many years ago. My teeth are coming out. I think I've been brushing them too hard. I used to work with a lovely lady years ago called Barbara. And she was a lovely lady. She wasn't young, but I used to produce her radio show that she presented every Monday afternoon. And I used to control all of the equipment while she was making her show. And I didn't realize during that time that she was actually ill. I was working with her for about 3 or 4 years. And then I realized that she was unwell. And I was really upset by it. And then a few months later, she passed away. And I still remember very clearly her as a person, but also her voice, because I always used to listen to her voice when she was doing her show in my headphones, which is a very personal thing. If you listen to someone's voice in headphones, I think it really does have leave quite an impression on you. So I still remember this lady from many, many years ago who I used to help present her show. And I still remember her to this day, even though she's no longer around. So yes, it is possible to leave an impression or make an impression on someone many years after they have died. That was a deep discussion, I have to say. Can you make an impression? Can be... I'm not quite sure of your question, but generally speaking, we say a person makes an impression. You make an impression on someone immediately. So normally you will make an impression when you meet someone. The first impressions that a person has of you, they see you, they look at your face, they look at your clothes, they might even look at your shoes. But maybe you make an impression, or you can leave an impression. You can say that person has left an impression on you as the past tense. Mr. Duncan, you look charming today, by the way. Where is Mr. Steve? Well, Steve is working, unfortunately. Steve is working today, so he's not here. However, he will be here on Sunday. 2 p.m. UK time is when we are back together on Sunday. I'm pleased to say that we don't have any power cut. My electricity stayed on today. It's very nice. Very glad to hear that and see it. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Oh, Jamelia. Oh my goodness. Jamelia. Hello, Jamelia. How nice to see you here. It seems like a very long time since I saw you here. Jamelia, thank you very much for joining me. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Congratulations on your 15th anniversary of teaching English on YouTube. Wishing you many more years, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. How kind of you. I actually celebrate the anniversary on the 31st of October. So the end of this month will be my anniversary. Thank you very much. How lovely to see you. I always get very excited, quite overjoyed when I see some of my viewers that I haven't seen for a long time. So nice to see you back. Lovely. I am going in a moment. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Did you see my anagram? Has anyone guessed what my anagram is today? I like this anagram. This is a great phrase to remember. When anything in your life comes along, maybe you have a chance to do something in your life. Maybe there is something that you've always wanted to do. Something you've always wanted to do. It's been your dream since you were a child. And then suddenly you get that chance. Does anyone know what my anagram is above my microphone? I will give you another couple of minutes and then I will go. Very nice to see so many people here, including Jamelia, also Sunshine. Nice to see you here as well. Thank you very much for joining me today. Raphael. Also, Hate Machine. Hello, Hate Machine. That's an interesting name you have there. Apparently, Bugs Bunny made an impression on me as a child. Maybe there is a very long, interesting story connected to that. For another day, perhaps. Thank you for your company today. Nice to see you all here. I am going in a moment. Thanks for your company. You can watch this again as many times as you want. And yes, there will be captions. And don't forget also, during the live stream, there are captions as well. So now we do have live captions as well. Is it cold in the UK? It is chilly. It is chilly. Not really cold, but there is a cold breeze. So over the next couple of days, the temperature is going to drop. I used to watch you back in elementary school, says Nashad. Really? Was that a long time ago? I have a feeling it was, perhaps. Hello, Nancy Rodriguez. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I feel like you are one of my dear friends. So good to hear and see you are as well as ever. Congratulations on your 15-year YouTube anniversary. Thank you, Nancy. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. It's very lovely. I always think of this as a big happy family, and that's the way I like to think of everything that I do. I hope that I have left an impression on you, and I hope it has been a good one. I will see you tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Definitely not tomorrow. I won't see you tomorrow, is what I meant to say. I will be back on Sunday. So my next live stream is on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time, and Mr. Steve will be joining us as well. Yeah, Mr. Steve will be here. Thank you for your company. Thank you very much for watching me today. I hope I have left a good impression on you. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying, see you later. And before I go, I will give you the answer to my anagram. If ever a chance comes your way, always embrace opportunity. That is today's anagram. Embrace opportunity. If something comes your way, always take it. Especially if it's something you've always wanted to do, you've always wanted to try. Always embrace opportunity. See you tomorrow. And of course, until the next time we meet on YouTube, hopefully it will be Sunday. You know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.